Welcome to the iKengaFit studio. Today, we'll be focusing on your stretching element. Because you only need your body weight, a couple of added items that you might want to have are 1 or 2 blocks, just for adding on to the stretching component of today. You can substitute blocks for books or even a stiff pillow. This is just to elevate your body off the floor to allow you to sink deeper into the stretch that we will be going through today. You'll see that as we get in today's workout. You can modify each stretching exercise that we'll be doing today in a chair. I'll have the video right next to me that will show you how to do the modified exercise. So without further ado, let's get you stretched out. Starting off in the cat-cow position, which is on your hands and knees or quadruped position, we're going to round and curve the back. Rounding opens up the spinal segments as you push the shoulder blades apart, and you also tilt your tailbone in, kind of squeezing that glute to help you do that. You're going to reverse that motion as you exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together, looking up, tucking the tailbone up to the ceiling as well. Pace the breathing pattern with the movement. I'm going to inhale, rounding the back up. Exhale as I reverse that movement. We got this for another 15 more seconds. After this, we're going to take into a yoga-like pose called the lizard. We start with our right leg. I'd like for you to step the right foot to the outside of your right hand. From there, once you are set, you're going to slide the left knee back just enough so that you can feel that sensation inside the inner thigh, and in this case, my left quad. Now this is where the blocks come in, or block comes into effect. If you don't want to take it all the way down to the floor, or if you're just too tight, you put one hand, or you have 2 blocks, you can put 2 hands on top of that block. If I wanted to sink a little bit deeper into that position, I'm going to take that elbow down just a little bit more. Allow myself to exhale into the stretch. In these last 30 seconds, make sure that this bottom foot is not lifting up. Make sure that foot is flat as your body is in between that leg, sinking into that position. Feel that you can utilize this without the block. Take a little bit further into that position. I can't get the full elbow down, so I'm just going to take it to the other side. So from here, we're going to transition. Staying on that left knee, you're going to kick the right leg forward. Toes are going to curl up. I'm going to utilize this block for help as well. Reach my left hand down, along with my right hand down towards my foot. Same concept. Big focus is inhaling up, exhaling forward. Notice I'm not really trying to round my back over, reach for my foot. I'm really trying to keep my shoulders back, and I need to work on my posture as well. Exhaling as I keep my posture upright to feel that stretch in the back of that thigh. If you're feeling this in your lower back, you need to adjust, either by bringing your posture upright or by not leaning too far forward. All right, so last 20 seconds, breathe, exhale into the position. From here, we're going to take it into the stretch for that side hip, working the piriformis muscle specifically, but this exercise in relation to yoga is called the pigeon stretch. And so we're going to slide or kind of crawl our right foot to the left side of our body, left hand or left knee side. And I'm going to drop my right knee down to where my right foot was just at. Just from this position, I immediately get that stretch right inside that deep glute muscle and down the side of my thigh. I'm going to stay here for a couple seconds, Once again, if you want to utilize the block to do that, you can put either the hands on top, just like so, just so that you're a little elevated as you sink your hip down to the floor. Exhaling, shoulders back. If you like to, sink a little bit deeper into that position. Body weight is going to come over top of that leg or knee. I'm going to take it down to the block first as my elbows are elevated a little off the floor. Still breathing into the position, breathing into that stretch. Piriformis muscle is a very important muscle for people who have sciatic pain. That nerve goes through and or underneath that muscle. If it gets tight, presses up against it. People who have sciatic nerve, you know what I'm talking about. So before we switch it to the other side, I'm just going to release some of that tension I built up inside my hip. So I return to the quadruped position. I'm just going to do some hip circles going in one direction and then the opposite. And then from here, I'm going to switch it up to the opposite leg. So now left foot to the outside of my left hand. Slide my right knee just enough so I can get that stretch inside my hip region. Once again, I'm trying to make sure that this foot is closed down to the floor. All right. As I hold this position. Once again, if I want to, I'll put one elbow down as I try and sink my elbow into the floor. If I want to play around with it, take it to the other side. Shifting my body weight back. Making sure the posture remains upright. Right hand is reaching towards that left foot, toes curl up. Big focus once again. Posture upright, tilting forward. Don't round forward to reach. Keep your shoulders back and tilt that frame forward to generate that stretch onto the bottom of that thigh. So we're going to switch it up into that pigeon stretch. My left foot is going to cross in front of my right knee. And I'm just going to drop my left knee down to where that left foot originally was. So that foot or that shin has that horizontal plane to it. I'm going to utilize the block as I shift my hips back. I'm upright just to kind of make sure that my body feels aligned and I feel the generational stretch inside my deep hip piriformis muscle. Taking those elbows down. I think I might got a little more in me. So take it all the way down. So next you're going to take it into the frog pose position. This is like the child pose where you shift your hips back, except for you're going to open your knees out past the level of your shoulder. Arms are still going to be reaching forward as you shift your hips back. So you can get a better idea once again, my knees are out past the level of my shoulders, shifting those hips back. Head drops down, arms reach forward. Generating the stretch in the inner thigh, groin region. Trying to crawl my arms forward to increase that stretch in the upper, mid to upper part of my back. Get those hips as close to the heels as possible. Coming up, we're going to slide those knees back in a little bit to take some of that strain away from the inner thigh. We're going to start with the right hand behind our head. You're going to inhale as your hips are shifted back in the child's pose, and you're going to rotate that arm underneath. Just holding or pausing in each position for at least 3 to 5 seconds. Releasing that arm behind my head, and I'm rotating, getting that body weight stretch onto my right shoulder. This opposite arm can kind of work however it wants. If you want to drop that elbow, you can do that. If you want to extend that elbow, you can do that. Kind of going at your own pace. That's the opposite side. So once again, you're doing the exact same thing. Hips should be shifted back. Knees are close in. They are not out wide. Inhaling up. Exhaling underneath. So we're going to finish off on our back. Going into a spinal twist, I'm going to wrap my right leg all the way around my left leg. Put it on top of that right knee. I'm just going to twist it to the side and hold it in that position. While I'm in this position, while I'm here, big focus is exhaling in this twisted position. before I switch it to the other side, I'm gonna reset that spine by hugging the knees into my chest, just gently rocking on my back as flat as possible, side to side, just to reset everything. I'm just gonna wrap the leg around as I switch it up. Perfect. And then from here, we're just gonna stay on the floor on your back, or you can take it to the seated position, your choice. We're gonna work on a breathing strategy, putting the right hand on top of your chest, left hand over top of your belly button. I want you to inhale, expanding from both the chest and stomach. So inhaling for 3 seconds, pause at the top for 2, 1, and slowly exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing at the bottom. Another big inhale for 3 seconds. Pausing at the top for 2 seconds. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale those positive intentions. Exhale negative thoughts. So at your own time, slowly bring yourself upright in a comfortable seated position as you thank yourself for completing this stretching activity today. Don't forget to always find your place of strength.